So rats and mice, we've got a video for one of these. So these are very common. Nest in houses because they're warm, safe places. Great example here, thanks to PCS Pest Control for this picture. There's this 20p coin here. You can see the mouse feces and the rat feces look exactly the same. They're just different sizes. So you either look for the feces, which is the most common one. You might find evidence of chewing or nibbling. Their incisors grow continuously, and so they're always having to grind them away. Otherwise, they grow to a point and start cutting the bottom of their mouth. And so, lots of signs of gnawing. And then you get smelly. It's smelly like an animal smell in the house, and you get these kind of oily marks from the oil on their fur. So the house mouse, musculus, not to be associated, so not to be confused with the field mouse, which doesn't come inside buildings. It can bite and chew, and it causes problems not only by mechanical damage or through eating foodstuffs, but it causes problems by chewing its way through electrical cables. And often you'll find an incinerated rat or mouse next to the electrical cable where it's just caused a short and it has cooked itself with the electricity travelling through. It's electrocuted itself. They carry a lot of diseases, both rats and mice. Rats are worse, but mice carry some exceedingly horrible things such as hantavirus and Pilobacter. Both rats and mice burrow, and so when you get them in, you might get them coming out of bits of the property and then in and out of the garden that way. So a few sums to do for you. Pause this recording for a minute. Consider that if you have 4 young per litter and you have 8 litters a year, then do the sums to work out if you had 2 mice and a plentiful supply of food, how many you'd have after a year. So it's not 4 times 8, it's 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 8 times. That comes out with a big sum. Now do the same sum if they were particularly successful and had 16 young per litter. At 8 litters a year, that's 16 times 16 times 16 times 16 until you've done that 8 times. And that produces a really big number indeed. Which leads me on to our next video, which gives you an idea what happens if mice are allowed to reproduce unchecked.